come hueso. El que a ti te baila sabe eso. Y nos ponemos bien traviesos. Esos son efectos del proceso. Solo con esa mirada hace lo que quiere. Se ve muy educadita, hace sus deberes. Siempre ha sido la envidia de las mujeres por toda esa belleza y cómo se mueve. Sabes como tú me dejas después del party, en ti pensando. Cuando tú te sientes sola como una loca, a mí me llamas. Qué casualidad que pienses en lo mismo que yo estoy pensando. Escondernos en la playa jugando a solas de madrugada. Ella quiere más de lo que vamos a hacer en París, la regular. Baila un poquito más, acércate a mi mamá, que vamos a hacerlo una vez más. Ella es una asesina, baby, a mí me domina. Me tiene loco, malo del coco, ni se imagina. Una asesina, baby, a mí me domina. Cuando te toco, siento que choco con una mina. Ella quiere más de lo que vamos a hacer en París, la regular. Baila un poquito más, acércate a mi mamá, que vamos a hacerlo una vez más.
Life is funny and sometimes strange. It seldom turns out the way you think. But if you want some good advice, I can offer this small wink. You'll find that a little goes a long way. A little goes a long way. find someone with whom to spend your every day. That's in itself a journey, a lifetime of endless study, and you won't master it anyway. But know that a little goes a long way, a little goes a long way, a little goes a long way for love. A little goes a long way, a little goes a long way, a little goes a long way for love. And maybe bring the flowers on a weekday. Go see an old matinee. Find out what her heart is dreaming of. Make plans for a holiday. You can find your own getaway. A little goes a long way for love. You should know that a little goes a long way. A little goes a long way. A little goes a long way for love. Love, love, love. A little goes a long way. A little goes a long way. A little goes a long way for love. Baby, a little goes a long way for love. Yeah, yeah. A little goes a long way for love.
La tóxica eres tú, cuando me tratas mal y sigues, cuando tú me traicionas con vaciles. Hermosa, pero tú tienes como 10,000 perfiles, uno que me ames y otro que me olvide. La tóxica eres tú, cuando me tratas mal y sigues, cuando tú me traicionas con vaciles. Hermosa, pero tú tienes como 10,000 perfiles, uno que me ames y otro que me olvides. Eras todo lo que yo soñaba, ahora te quiero olvidar. Con tiburones ya no sé nada, por eso ausente voy a estar. No me mereces, no me mereces. Ponle esa trampa otros veces, no es mucho lo que tú ofreces.
I know that I just met you, but you look, oh girl, you blow my mind. I know what I would like to do, but you just keep on talking.
Woo!
Your dog needs walking. Your folk drive you insane. I know, yeah, that's true. Of course,
You ain't the one to blame.
Keep on talking to me. You keep on telling me your dreams. You keep on talking to me. But I just wanna see you move.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
I just wanna see you
Hey.
move. I just wanna see you move.
Moderators, get on your J-O-B.
Sure, I like to listen.
It's not like I don't wanna know.
It's just that you've been talking
To these
me
big
3
leg
nights in a row. Think it's time to let go.
We're gonna have some fun tonight, baby.
Cause life's too short for yapping. Come on and dance, come give me soul. You keep on talking to me. You keep on talking to me. You keep on talking. You keep on talking to me. You keep on telling me your
Well, good. Then goodbye.
dreams.
Then if that ain't you,
You keep on talking, but I just
don't come to
wanna
my
see you
channel.
move. I just wanna see you move. I just wanna see you move.
Yeah, baby, I don't have any time for the BS tonight. I think this, I think that. I think you should go ahead and leave because you're not gonna like tonight's show. Cause I think they only like me cause I'm rocking. It's an layup, it's...
I think you only love me cause I'm poppin'.
It's a layup,
this a rebound, then it's robbing. Tyson with the fade, not the hair, my hands rocking. When I link with ballpoint, you know it's not. I'm not the same. Thinking money made me change, nothing else to blame. Bougie stuck up in my way, singing Gucci gang. Gucci gang, think I'm Gucci Mane. I'm just playing in the cut, I got my Vans on. I'm not selfish, I get on and put my mans on. Always greedy since the day I got my first safe. 5'7", but I'm 6'8" when I stand on them. Money pals. Need a money counter, I broke my thumb from thumbing down. Wifey on my line, she told me to dumb it down. Mama on my line, asking how I'm dumbing now. I think you only love me cause I'm poppin'. This a layup, this a rebound, then it's robbing. Tyson with the fade, not the hair, my hands rocking. When I link with ballpoint, you know it's not. Get out my way. I'm so unashamed. Throw it to my veins. Like my 2K green or blue. I'm not into games. Focus on your player's face while I'm stacking change. We throw out what you got on your whole Kool-Aid. Every time I drop it, knock you make the screw face. I can't stand to be around people who are two-faced. I can't stand to do some business if you're too late. I beat the beat or defeated. I beat the beat or mistreated. I beat the odds deleted. On top, I'm ODing. No rock star with these leather pants. I'm ACDCing. When I die, bet they love me, but hate me when I'm breathing. I think you only love me cause I'm poppin'. This a layup, this a rebound, that's rubbing. Tyson with the fade, not the hair, my hands rocking. When I link with ballpoint. Hey.
Welcome back to the cast of characters. Hi guys.
In this moment,
Yeah.
I cannot say what's wrong or right.
Woo!
Hard to fool me,
Cause
'cause I'm addicted to the good life. Yeah, either way, I follow. No need to say where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all. To the edge of it all.
What's going on? What's going on? Come on.
Good night.
Cause I'm fine. Big Ike in the house.
Susceptible night before the moment flies. Ooh, so tell you good night, 'cause I'll buy no matter what. Ooh, susceptible night before the moment flies. It's not a problem, 'cause I know what I'm getting into. Yeah, nothing can stop me, 'cause I'm addicted to night. Realize
Let's kick it.
either way, I follow. No need to say where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all.
Gotta love New Frame Day.
So tell you good night,
Let's check out the new frames.
'cause I'll buy no
Finally came in.
yeah.
The Crimson.
So
What's going on, fam? That was right there. Ooh. Blank on ya. One of 50 made especially for your godfather. From the good people is Jacques-Marie Mage. One of 50. This is actually frame number 2. Let me tell you how big of an honor that is. How big of an honor that is. When you got frames that are being worn by the likes of Jeff Goldblum, D.L. Hewley, people like that, people with celebrity and star power, little bitty nobody, fake fraud, whatever. I appreciate my friends over at Jacques-Marie Mage. I love these. These are called the Laramie, and they're from a collection that's called The Last Frontier. That color is called Reserve. And what makes these cool, man, is they kind of have a 1950s, 60s Thunderbird throwback. Now, these right here are the ones I really wanted to get my hands on. Shout out to Young Jock. Ran into him today while I was out getting these things fitted in the photo shoot that was happening out there. These jokers right here. Let's go ahead and get a close-up. Let's get the close-up. Bam. Get the close-up over here. Talk about stopping the show, baby boy. These stop the show. Everywhere I went today in Hot Atlanta, people are like, because today is a special day. Today is a special day. Today is the day we're going to talk about the value of being high, the point of being a high value man, and high value men win and losers whining. And that's just what it comes down to. High value people win and losers whine. So it's going to be a little bit of a celebratory show. I'm going to take a bunch of calls from a bunch of different people. Even the haters are welcome to call in, but you must obey the same rules. You still must be visible on the camera, because if you have the guts to hate, you're going to at least have the guts to look me in the eye like a man should and get on with it. Same thing for you. But here's the funny thing. You would think I would get more hate from women. And ironically enough, I get more heat from so-called men. And I'm not trying to throw shots at these people, but I'm just saying stuff that we already know to be true, that there's separation between everybody. And the people who are at the top, the people who want to be at the top, make no bones about it. They want the reward of what they've worked for. So before we get into it, understand something. If you type in all caps, you will be timed out. Nobody types in all caps in my comment section. Type in all caps, you'll be timed out. Type like you got some sense. Come on, man. That's yelling. Number one. Number two, if you're cursing, you'll be timed out. If you're insulting other content creators in my chat room, you'll be timed out. If you're mentioning other content creators, you'll be timed out. Look here. I don't care what's going on in YouTube. I have a policy. I don't beef. I don't get involved in beef. I'm moving on about my business. I'm good with a lot of different people. And honestly, everybody may not like it, but as long as it's respected, I'm good. The call-in line is already down in the comment section. And today's show is about, high value men, high value women. Shout out to Dr. Tarver over at Pretty Girl World. Shout out to my new friend here in the Atlanta area, sister that goes by the name of Six. Let's see if we can show. You know what? I mean, the beautiful thing about this is high value. Let me go ahead and define it. This weekend you will have the preliminaries of your high value manual. You will have the high value manual by close of business Sunday or first business Monday, because I'm hearing a lot of people talking this high value stuff. High value this, high value that, and I'm looking like this. Everybody can have an opinion, but as somebody who I feel like has introduced this into the conversation in a bigger way, I'm going to define what I'm talking about when I say high value. So if anybody references high value that comes out of my mouth or comes out of this platform, if it doesn't fit this, it's not high value. There is no nuance. Here it is. There's a money component. A man has to make $10,000 a month. $10,000 a month, period. That's $120,000 a year. That's Dallas, Houston, Austin, Atlanta. You need to adjust that if you're in LA or New York for the cost of living. That money needs to be made for 5 years. Anybody can have a good year. 5 years. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you make 3 years, good, you're on your way. It always starts with money. The second barrier to entry, the men who are already in the high value group have to recognize you as one of their own. You cannot make yourself high value. High value men, people who the world recognizes as high value, have to say, this guy belongs in the club. He's in the fraternity. Iota, H is iota. V, find new. V would actually be, the O would be new. And M, high value men. Iota, nu, mu. Iota, nu, mu. That's what will be the Greek letters. H, V, M. High value man. You got to be in the high value fraternity. That means it's like when I see another Kappa. I can look and see a man by the way he walks, talks, carries himself, the way he dresses, the way I can look at and see a lot of noops, and I know they're noops before I even see them. There's just something very nooply about your presence. Just like I see a lot of brothers of Omega Psi Phi. Shout out to the Q Dog. I know Qs when I see them. Shout out to the Ice Cold brothers of Alpha Phi Alpha. I know alphas when I see them. Alpha men carry themselves in a distinct way. Again, always going to be exceptions, but alpha men have a standard. Omega men have a standard. Sigma men, brothers of Sigma, Phi Beta Sigma, have a standard. And shout out to the brothers Iota. I'm still getting to know you a little bit more. Forgive me. I don't know you as well as I know everybody else. And conversely, this is where I first started to see high value men in my life. High value black men in Oklahoma were in these organizations. Pastor, Alpha. Co-pastor, Alpha. The men, the superintendent in my school, Kappa. The principal, Kappa. The principal that came after him, AKA. Speaking of which, same thing for women. There's a way that deltas, ladies of Delta Sigma Theta, carry themselves with that little sassy attitudinal thing. Conversely, the ladies of Alpha Kappa Alpha tend to carry themselves in a little bit more of a sweet kind of way, but still ladies nonetheless. The sisters of Zeta Phi Beta, who are the sisters to Phi Beta Sigma, they carry themselves in a unique way as well, and so do the ladies of Sigma Gamma Rho. Like it or not, value has always been what it is, and if you're in an organization, you know what it is. How value is an organization? It is a club. Skull and Bones, it's an insiders club. So you have to make a certain amount of money for a certain length of time. Then you have to be accepted by the group, but you're only going to be accepted by the group if you have a network. If I have 100 people in my network, you have 1,000 people in your network, and this young guy coming up has 10 people in his network, the guy with 10 people automatically is going to be looked at as less valuable to the group because his network isn't as large. The only way he's going to be looked at as being more valuable is if the 10 people in there are major movers. If there are 10 CEOs of Fortune 500 companies, well, guess what? It makes more sense than 1,000 people just throughout alumni associations. But either way, you have to have a network. You can have plenty of men who can have money over a certain amount of time, and guys can say you look like you belong in a group. But if you have no network, hold up, come back when you have a network, because that means you tend to want to leech off ours. Also, you have to be visible. And this is what kills a lot of guys. Visibility. Visibility is key to being high value. If people can't see you and recognize you, don't know you, high value behind the scenes is what a lot of guys want to lean towards when they really don't have the value. There is a visibility component. That's why I say LinkedIn level. And then there is a utility component as well. You have to be being used, being useful. Those are the components of high value. Now, there are other things that can be added on to make things a little bit more specified. I think there's a moral component to it, but that's my stance. That is by no means a requirement. There are plenty of guys to be like, they're very amoralistic, pragmatic. You know, they don't look at, they're very great, but they can still be in the high value piece as long as those things match. But there's also a thing, the component to this too. Men who fit these kind of criteria tend to have a warrior spirit. They tend to be self-reliant. They tend to be fearless, courageous, because they're ambitious, aggressive, and assertive. They're bold, ambitious, assertive. Why am I saying all this? Because a lot has been made about high value. Oh man, I hear people. First, another thing. Why do I say visibility? Let me go ahead and make this very clear, especially here on YouTube. I'm about to cause a lot of trouble, but I don't believe anybody who claims to be high value if you're not visible. Visibility is key. If I haven't laid my eyes on you, I at least have to know somebody who's laid their eyes on you. I'm seeing a lot of people coming around in these spaces talk this high value this or high value that. No one knows who they are. Nobody knows what they look like. They cannot verify it. See, the visibility component of high value is big because, look, man, this whole anonymous millionaire, that stuff doesn't work except in the movies. So I don't listen to people talk about, oh, this person said, look, there's a visibility component. I don't listen to people I haven't seen. I mean, really, actually in YouTube, that's a big thing. You got people who can talk a good game in YouTube, but you ain't seen none of them. Don't work for me. But hey, if it works for you, I'm looking, and here's the thing, if it works for you as a guy, you just basically told me where you fit. Because if you're willing to follow somebody who claims to be high value you've never seen, that means you are where you need to be in the following position. No heat, no judgment, but I'm just saying, in the world that wouldn't work. I mean, how many CEOs or high-ranking company officials that you look in the organizational chart and there's just an avatar at the top? There's a face. Cool. And another thing, high value men, let's talk about it. High value men win because, one, they're not smarter than Aaron or Greg. They're not the smartest guys. They aren't necessarily the best looking guys. They are the guys that are willing to do the work. They are willing to do the work. They take what little they have, the natural gifts and talents that everybody was born with, and they maximize them. They use them. I have always respected men who work because I was born a good looking guy. I grew to be in the top 3% of men as far as height. I hit the genetic lottery in a lot of ways. So there were people who naturally assumed that I had it easy. But what they tend to find out about me is that I work my freaking butt off. I get my hands dirty. Yes, I'm a pretty boy and I get my hands dirty. I'll do the crap jobs. I will stand out there. If I'm at the top of an organization, I get down there in the trenches with everybody else because I respect the work. Men worldwide respect the work. Women respect men who work because good things follow work. High value men have chosen to be high value. That's why I wrote it in the comment section. High value men, women want them and men want to be them. I saw somebody in the chat room talking about, I wish I was a high value man. That's why you will never be one. You don't wish, you work. You work. You work, you work, you work. You work, you try, you fail, you get up, try better. You suffer through a lot of failures. You take a lot of risks. You put yourself out there. You risk being made a fool of. Show me a high value man who has no losses, I'll show you a fraud. Show me a high value man who can tell you about all his W's, but he can't tell you about his L's. I'm going to show you a fraud. Shout out to O'Shea Duke Jackson. When I was on YouTube initially with 10, 12,000 subscribers, nobody would give me the time of day in the quote unquote manosphere, the black manosphere. Now, you know, I'm always open to collaborate, whatever. O'Shea Duke Jackson was the only person that looked my way and said, I'll talk to you, bro. And what did I do? I came over and I said, well, here's what I can do. This is what I do. And how can I help you and help you and help you, help you? He was the first person who took away from his busy schedule. This brother's in medical school in Poland. And he said, all right, I'll talk to you. O'Shea has talked to a lot of people. O'Shea has talked to people. I remember he talked to a brother, Eric Stanley, virtuoso concert violinist, to pimps. What's the difference? You want to get on, you go through O'Shea. Obsidian finds a lot of talent. I respect the work. I respect the work, and I respect anybody else who puts somebody else on. Now, that bothers some folks. But here's the thing. I don't care if it bothers you. Don't tell me why I'm wrong for what I think about these two people. Show me what you're doing. I don't like to argue about who's better or who's not. I don't believe in that Highlander thing. I believe in paying it forward and giving credit where credit is due. Yeah, I come from that, the quote unquote projects of Oklahoma, and the projects of Oklahoma ain't nothing like the projects of Chicago or Compton or the Bronx. Knock it off, Midwest people. We don't have it that bad. We were poor. They got ghettos. And then growing up in that Cosby-esque bubble I went to, there was a lot about me that was not relatable. O'Shea said, hey, bro. I mean, when BGS asked me to make the video about the Lawrence situation, shout out to BGS Zipmore, because that actually introduced me to a larger group of men who would die hard RP or BP. And there was a lot of back and forth for people trying to not necessarily liking what I was having to say or how I was saying it. But I had to take that on because I was like, you know what? Like it or not, this is a communication problem. And I am responsible for how I am being received if it's by the masses. That was a part of my presentation early on when I came over to this side of YouTube, that I wasn't relatable. It was too corporate. It was too buttoned up. Now, you don't see me walk around in a T-shirt with a flat billa and some athletic shoes. I'm still in a suit, but I've loosened it up. I am who I am when I am with the people I trust. High value men are authentic. You cannot be high value and not be authentic. You know how to play the role. You know how to speak the speech. Speak your speech. You know how to do that stuff. You can do the, hey, Tom, the boardroom stuff, but you also know how to eat a 2-piece and a biscuit and drink some Fanta Red. That's why it's damn near impossible to be high value in your 20s. You got a lot of potential, but you haven't failed enough. You're not experienced enough. You got a lot of good ideas, great energy. But there was a movie called Colors, a young Sean Penn and a middle-aged Robert Duvall, the consigliere in The Godfather. The old cop was talking to the young cop, and he told this joke. He said, a father bull and a son bull on top of a hill, looking over a field of cows. The son goes up to the dad and says, hey, Dad, why don't we run down the hill and nail one of those female cows? son, and the father looked up to his son and said, no, son, we're going to walk down and nail them all. The father understood you can take your time when you are the alpha, when you are high value. You move in a different way. You don't have to charge into it. This is the difference between youthful exuberance and wisdom and cunning. In the black community, we value youth so much because honestly, we don't see a lot of guys over age 30 as valuable because we don't have an effective, thriving business class that's promoted by black male media showing black male success stories. And we have to change that one at a time. Ain't nobody supposed to give it to us. Black women have their own media. Black men, we don't deserve anything. Only thing we deserve in this world is a chance, a shot. Another thing high value men understand, you aren't owed shit. You are entitled to nothing but a shot. You get an at-bat. You see that bona fide baddie, all you can do is go up and shoot your shot. After that, whatever happens, happens. And high value men are good with that. That's why women love high value men, because they know that there are no guarantees. They know it's all a risk. They know that there's nothing guaranteed, and they know they still got to wake up and do the work. They know they got to continue to do it do the ugly, dirty work when no one's looking. You know, people are coming around my channel now like, congratulations, and thank you so much. But there are people who've been watching my channels since back in. Let me go ahead and show you. Go ahead and show you. You know what? Even better. Let's get the likes up, people, because we're gonna open the call line. We got to get these likes up. Come on, folks. The likes are not even close to being where they need to be. Come on, y'all know how we do this. Get the likes up. Get them up. Come on. High value men understand something. It's not about, everything doesn't have to be perfect. You have to just get out there and do it. You do it afraid, you do it scared. You do it not knowing. You build an airplane while you fly it. A lot of you are first time seeing me and you see it this way, but guess what? There have been people watching me since this.
7.
I look older in this than I do now.
We're going from the designer fragrances. Those are fragrances that you can buy at your local Sephora, Dillard's, Macy's, local department stores, such and so forth. Those are designer fragrances. Designers basically just means that they don't just make fragrance. They make other things. But then we're going into a category called niche fragrances.
Wow, look at that crap right there.
fragrance.
Jesus Christ.
This is from the house of Bond Number 9.
Look at how terrible I look.
Bond Number 9 is out of New York.
Let's talk about it.
New York.
Let's talk about it. Let us roast this dude right here.
Fragrances I've ever smelled.
Ooh, shit.
again, but
Look at that dude right there. He was used. This is when I was still understanding what my style personality was. I was still understanding what my style personality was. I'm an image consultant right here. I'm a visual merchandiser right here. I was in the place where a lot of men go through, deciding whether or not to let your salt and pepper go in or deciding to keep it dark. And if you like Beijing, shout out to Spice Adams. He does a great comedy skit about it. Yeah, let's look at this.
I gotta say,
And
they've
what
probably
makes it
done
look
some
even
things with
worse is
PR
the
that
lighting
I
is
probably wouldn't
terrible. I
necessarily
am
do,
filming
but I
this
don't worry about
on
that.
an
I worry about the
iPhone
smell.
4.
And I'll tell you,
No
they are some of the best
microphone,
smelling
no
fragrances
editing.
I've ever had, and they last for
No microphone, no editing.
This is
Look at
probably
this
one of my
crap
favorite
right
Bond
here.
fragrances.
But you know what? I got up every damn day and I made a shitty video. And I went out to my multiple jobs at Joseph A. Bank as a visual merchandiser, a fragrance advisor at Sephora, also working at Nordstrom Rack. This is before I did the work at Walmart, stocking shelves and boxes. Well, why would you be a high value man doing all this? Because I walked away from corporate America and I didn't want to lose all the money I had. I believed in working during the night and during the day when you could have appointments, be out there. See, there are many people who just want it to be easy. They want to go from success to success. I want to go from high school to college and from college to a great job and from a great job to my own business. That's not how it works. You have to go out and try stuff, fail, do better. These videos have been on are always up. Honestly, because I want people to see
it's called
the
Bond
progression.
Number 9, New York.
I want people to see that I am no different than you.
And tell you what the
I just
are.
decided to be over
you have
here.
Food, you have rose,
I hired my own image
sweet,
consultant even when I was working
fruity,
as an image consultant.
Little woody, and then you also have this red plum note in it. But what makes it
Position,
really special
heal
is
thyself.
Now,
what fragrance am I talking about? I'm talking about that fragrance right here. One of my favorite fragrances on the planet and the one I wear when I want to have my confidence on 1,000,000. This is my secret weapon. Even when, and you couldn't tell me I didn't look nice. I didn't look bad. I look better than a lot of people. But the lighting is horrible. No sound. Anti-reflective lens. But you know what? You couldn't have known that without doing it. But I still did the work. And that's the point. You still do the work. That's why I say I don't trust guys who don't have any F's to show. I don't trust guys who think it's always supposed to be up and no down. There's going to be a lot of crap. A lot of missed attempts, a lot of missed shots, a lot of errors, and you got to see them all, because if you don't see them, you don't remember where you come from. That's why it takes time to become a high value man. That's why high value men walk around with a sense of swag. They walk with confidence, because they know that right now, if they lost it all, they could do it again. Now, let me go ahead and set some of you dumbasses straight in here. Some of you dumbasses straight in here. Here's this fool in here. Let me go ahead and set you straight. I don't like when people come here and talk about you use bleaching cream. If you say it, I'm going to block you. I find that offensive. You are just as ignorant as I was back then. I didn't understand how important lighting was to a video. I didn't understand how important even having a simple lavalier clip mic and plugging it into your phone made to the audio. This crispy video you see right now is the result of a lot of trial and effort, because I'm building it as I'm flying it. I didn't have a huge budget to go out and hire a videographer, to somebody who was on the other side who knew how to work all this stuff. And see, you momos think, well, you have to have used brightening cream and lightening cream. And I'm like, I let that ride because I'm just showing you. You were ignorant like I was. The difference is proper lighting and a better camera and a lens. You can buy a camera, but the little shit lens that comes on it doesn't do anything. Newsflash for you. Just like when I talk about frames, you better put some money in your frames, but put some money in your shoes. And you guys, I'll ask a grown dude over there making 6 figures plus, how much money you think an expensive pair of dress shoes should cost? You'll tell me $150 and I'll go, a pair of dress shoes should start around $450. 400 on the low side. But if you don't know no better, you don't know no better. A camera, the body of a camera is nothing. The thing that matters is that damn lens. And you watch that change happen on the channel too. When I figured out, going from an iPhone to a vlogging phone, but that had no microphone, then going to a Sony 6300, screen doesn't flip all the way up, and it just had a kit lens. But then what? All the heat that comes from all these different lights, and then understanding, just get a lens. I'm telling you all this for a reason, because high value men worldwide do the same process. They're not afraid to fail in public. They're not afraid to let you see their F's, their L's. That's why they win. They'll see that beautiful woman across the room and they won't hesitate. They'll go talk to her, and they don't care if they get shot down, if all their boys laugh at them. They know that their boy dies 1,000 deaths of regret for not going over there. This is why women love high value men, because they understand something. That man is going to do what he's doing regardless if she's there or not. Shout out to Alpha Male Strategies. You guys have seen that brother grow and grind. And one of the things he talks about is the work he does and his rotations. But the thing is, the amount of work he does is going to be consistent whether or not he had the women he was dealing with or none. So understand something. Alpha Male Strategy is a brother from Birmingham, Alabama. And I love the fact that he keeps that thick Southern accent, because he reminds you that you can do it too. I've become more relatable in my presentation to remind you that you can do it too. There's no magic in being high value. You can do it too. You just have to be willing to fail in public. If you're not willing to do that, then sit on the sidelines, but then don't get upset when the guys who are truly high value get the prize, get the girl, get the things that you say you wish you had. Ain't nothing about a wish. All your heroes chose to be. All your heroes chose to be. He shouldn't shake that draw. I didn't shake the draw when I went to New York City. All right, so what we're going to do is open the call line. Here's the thing. If you want to get on the show, man, here's what has to happen. You got to get on camera. You got to get on camera. You don't necessarily have to get on screen, but you got to get on camera. I'm not having anybody just come over and troll and be faceless. If you want to have the balls to troll me, you're going to at least have to have the balls to get on camera and show yourself. Oh yeah, but before we do that though, one thing I do love is I love all the people who have made this thing possible. Like my friend here. Somebody who came by the show one day.
Money World.
Money World girl.
El mundo quiere dinero.
Since has 180,000 or 200,000 subscribers.
Money World.
Forgot how
Se arregla con dinero.
I saw that, so I was like, you know what?
Money World. todo el dinero. Solo un par de gente se lleva el botín entero. Funny, funny, pasa verdadero. Si tienen lo verde siempre llegará primero. Pero llegaremos antes o después. Solo a los suyos que Dios te la ve. Que por más que tarde lo veré caer. Somos más lo bueno y tenemos fe. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo voy. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Yo digo las cosas como son. No quiero ninguna aceptación. Tampoco vengo a pedir perdón porque mis sentimientos se volvieron la canción, yeah. No me vale mucho como tú me ves. Sabes, tú me llegas solo a los pies. Para mí ser grande es un interés. Ser un buen humano para mí es un deber. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo voy. Money work, yeah. El mundo quiere dinero, yeah, yeah. Money work.
You know, I find it funny. I have somebody near.
Se arregla con dinero, yeah.
Pink flame. Came up.
Money work. De corazón.
You guys don't know a
La
woman
plata no te hace ser
I
feliz.
swear to God.
Yeah, de corazón, de corazón. La plata no te hace ser feliz.
Go ahead and say it.
Money work.
No one wants to know about your attempts to insult.
El mundo quiere dinero. Yeah, 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 yeah. Money work. Money work. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Lunático.
So let me go ahead and give you a little professional tell. Gentlemen, look at the things that women insult, and those are the things they tend to want. Look at the things people insult out of nowhere, and that's the things they tend to want. The reason a lot of, and that's fine. Why is that important? It'll remind you that if people could actually do something, they would just do a better job. I don't understand. And I did say in the comment section, to the guy in the comment in the call log, hey dude. So here are the rules. To get on the show, I'm going to answer questions today. You must be camera ready. No, not necessarily on YouTube. But in order to be on the screen on the show today, you got to be camera ready to be heard. No exceptions. This is clearly written. Please keep your light source in front of you, not behind you. No Bluetooth headset, hands-free or speakerphone. Must be dressed appropriately and camera ready. What is dressed appropriately? That means no ball caps. No ball caps. I really don't want men in t-shirts. If you can't go throw on a button up to speak to a man in a suit, what's the point? Did you hear me? See, what we're going to do is, this show is to talk about a new era we're moving into. The next era we move into, guys, you're going to see more. I'm being more selective with the kind of men that I have on the show. I'm making no bones about it. I'm finding out that my guys in my day-to-day life, they're not YouTubers. They're not YouTubers. And there are some valid critiques that I've seen people say that you're a high value guy, especially when I meet you in the world. You say you are what you say, but the guys here aren't high value, and that's not an insult. as I define it. So I am being more selective with the guys I have on. I think a lot more guys would be Hit Squad. What does Hit Squad stand for? Henry in Training. And Henry stands for High Earner, Not Rich Yet. High earners are guys that are making like 85, 90. You know, they're at least Aaron's. Greg is 60 to 70. Aaron is 75 to 85. And to be a hit squad, you got to be past Aaron. 85 plus or 86 plus. 86 to 100. That's a high earner. Not rich yet. You know, you can be in that area. You've crossed six figures. You're like my buddy Sean. He's a former client of mine. He is an attorney in Detroit. Coming out making, good money. He is definitely in hit squad. High earner, not rich yet. Guys, like it or not, over here, you have to have your money together. And understand something. If you don't like it, go deal with the creator of the universe who made men the way they are and women the way they are. The world does not care what men without resources really thinks about subjects in general. And you got to know that's the way the world works. So if there are women who are going to be coming over to the platform, it does you no good for wanting a better outcome for women's mindset if they don't see men at least showing themselves to be at a level that makes them say, well, that I need to have to be feminine for that. I don't make the rules, guys. But you can sit back and talk shit to a woman in a t-shirt and a ball cap, and they're like, dude, you can't afford to, if you can't pay my bills. I go on Facebook a lot, and I see what some of these women's groups are saying, and I'm like, I gotta admit, I don't do the 50-50 thing. I've never been a 50-50 dude. I don't know what it's like to have a woman buy me stuff. I mean, I've had women buy me things, but that's not how I roll. And if you want better, especially, let's just get to the core. You want better black women? Black women want to hear from you if you can pay her bills. If you can't pay her bills, she don't want to hear from you. So more people say this. So go ahead and get up out of here. Bye-bye. Let me go ahead and speak to this, though. More haters. And I said haters are welcome because I want you to understand the difference. See, to people who cannot compete, it sounds like vanity. There are people who really are upset that when you speak about something, it doesn't matter if you show where you came from. See, what I did, I showed the beginnings, the L's, the failures. That still wasn't good enough. You're not supposed to say anything in some of these people's mind, and that's fine. But you're not winning at anything. And I like it when they show their heads because I can go ahead and block them. This is not a space everyone's going to like. If you're not trying to be in the top 10% of men or the top 20% of women, you're welcome to watch, but you're not the target market. Prince Diamond, Maine, you crazy. So let me go ahead and put this on. I'm gonna start calling out some guys, man. I'm gonna do this for teaching reasons. Guy, your name is Prince Diamond, but you typed Maine, you crazy. Why would you say that? Why don't you just speak English? Why don't you speak English? Let me also speak to this too. Tricking. Let me go ahead and crush this too. Tell me what the non-black equivalent of tricking is. So you got a lot of black men who feel like if you spend any money on women, it's tricking. But that's because you broke. Men with money have always spent money. So what do Asian men, Hispanic men, Middle Eastern men, and white men call tricking? There is no conversion. You're broke. Nikiva, thank you for the donation yesterday. You're broke. And I'm good with you being broke, but see, only in Black America can dudes below you actually insult you. See, poor white trash would never insult their betters. I'm going there. I am going there because one of the big things in the Black community, we got this: everybody's equal. You a man just like I'm a man. I could be a multi-millionaire. Robert Smith's a multi-millionaire, but he put his pants on one leg at a time. No, he's better than you. He's better than you are. If he were a white man and you were a white man, there's no way you talk about him in that same way. He's better than you are. Oh man, you may have money. I don't need to do all that because I got game and mouthpiece. No, you're broke. You're broke. You're not high value, and that's okay. You gotta buy it with something. But here's the thing: show me how that works on non-Black women. Not white women who like Black men, not Asian women who like Black men, not Middle Eastern women who like Black men, not Hispanic women who like Black men. No. Go up to Emily at Barnard. Go up to Meiling at Columbia and get it up off the lip. And she is culturally Shanghainese. You motherfuckers ain't ready for me today. Those women will use you up and bounce. They won't use you up. You got to have something to be used. Paulina Johnson, NBA. Dr. Paulina, how are you? Sorry, Paulina, you got timed out. I'm sorry. Miss, what's her name? Amira, I need you to chill out. Amira, I need you to be still, okay? I'm going to ask you to unmute yourself. Go ahead. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. I'm going to turn you off in the background 1 second.
Okay.
There we go. Okay.
Go ahead.
How's my son?
I am good. How old are you?
I'm 26.
26. What can I do for you?
I wanted to call in and
Was
tell
that a
you
cat?
that. Yes.
Okay. You're one level into the cat lady. What's going on, kitty?
But I'm married.
Okay.
Can I still be a cat lady while I'm married?
No, you must have good cat lady. Come on. Good cat lady. Go ahead. What you going? No insult. That was a joke. That's why I said cat instead of something else. What do you got for me?
Hey, so basically I wanted to tell you, like, I love the show, and I love that you added Tiara at your music.
Mm-hmm.
And as for the high value men and men that want to be them,
Mm-hmm.
I understand what you mean, because my husband, same thing. He's I hate calling him a high value, but the way that you describe high value men, he's one of them.
Mm-hmm.
So he has his own business, he has company, he has employees. He doesn't hang around people that are not somewhat on his level, and people that he can network with.
Of course.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah, it does. Let me ask you a better question. If he did, would you allow them in your house?
If he did hang out with people
let's say he hung out with some, let's say, questionable types, would you welcome them into your home?
No, sir. No, sir.
So I answered that question for a simple reason, guys. These are realities. These are realities, and that movie Trading Places talked about it. But how'd you start watching my channel?
Oh my God. So I caught you. You were doing a live stream. I'd never seen your show before, but you were doing a live stream, and I was so interested because I talked to you one time already, and I told you I was interested in what you were saying. So it was only recently. It was only like maybe 2 weeks ago. I saw your first show, and ever since then, I've been watching you like a mad woman.
Did your husband ever catch any of the rebroadcast or anything like that?
I showed it to him.
Cool.
I showed it to him because I think that what you're saying is so valuable, because a lot of men, I've noticed, are really afraid to say this, especially in American culture. They're so afraid. they don't want to offend.
Right.
And you are not afraid to offend anyone. Like, you have women that call in with attitude, and the last lady that I saw call in, she was like, what, do you see a therapist? You asked her, have you seen a therapist?
She made an impression on people.
She did. And I was driving when I heard that, and I was like, wow, women are really like this. This is the reason why he's doing the show, because I just want to say I'm happy for you that you're not afraid to offend. And those people that are doing things the right way, they're not afraid to have people upset at them. Okay. Because you're doing the right thing. So
do you guys have any children?
Not yet.
Uh-oh.
I want to be pregnant soon, so
okay.
Wish me luck.
I wish you luck, and I appreciate you calling in, sis. All the best.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Guys, understand something. And the caller's right. Here's the thing. I don't attempt to offend to hurt. Or else I wouldn't have so many sisters so many women, so many sisters who I will be collaborating with. And you will see them on camera. Shout out to sister I just talked to today. We're going to have our meeting on Saturday. And I'm going to tell you, understand something. When I meet with women out in public. You know, and it's over dinner because it's business. And when I tell you, when me and this sisterhood, I'm going to tell you right now, when me and this sister hit Atlanta, it's going to be a category 4. What's a strong earthquake on the Richter scale? It's going to cause shockwaves because she's like tall. And it's actually a follower and a subscriber actually said, hey, I think you should reach out I think this sister and you have a lot in common. And I went and looked at her platform and I'm like, okay, cool. You know, and the thing is, I think it is valuable for black men to be seen working with black women where you can agree. Let me go ahead and address it. Several weeks back, I was to have a black woman on my panel, on my show. She came onto the show. She's known to have a difference of opinion with a lot of men, especially black men. But I treated her like I treat anybody who comes onto the show, with respect. And it was my intent to work where we could agree. I said it that night of the show, and I meant it. I'm not the kind of person that plays gotcha. I mean, really, what's to be gained from that? If we can agree on 2 or 3 topics, let's agree on that, and then the other ones we go away. As a matter of fact, I think if you're really a professional, you need to be able to work with people who you vehemently disagree with. Shout out to Abraham Lincoln would call it the cabinet of rivals. He did not have a bunch of sycophants around him. He had his political rivals. So there are women out there who are alpha females, corporate-driven, accomplished women. And you think I fear them? No, I welcome the opportunity to sit down, break bread, and see how we can work this out, where we can work together. Because I'm not trying to convince her, but we all have followings. And there's somebody in the followings that I have, or that she has, or that he has, or that she has, that maybe by seeing us sit down and work together where we can, they can say, maybe it's possible. I saw this happen in my own corporate life. I saw it happen in my own personal life. And I said, ultimately, life is about relationships, guys. High value men are judged upon the value of a relationship. That's why networks are so important. See, now Pink Flame, she says alpha female. I know that there are guys in the manosphere who cringe at hearing things like that. I don't get hung up on the title. I don't. Because ultimately, biology and nature rules all. Your sister I was out with Saturday was another alpha female. She's very accomplished. She's a PhD, for God's sake. So the point is, I love beautiful women. I love being in the presence of beautiful women. And if you got a beautiful black woman who look good in a little black dress, shit, Yep. I should collab with Otasia. So Otasia, for people who don't know who Otasia is, Otasia has become like a channel mascot per se. Um, and I will say this: she called in. It was this woman who called in one day, and she had a little sassy attitude, and we got off to a real bad start. And got off to a real bad start. Okay, I'm putting you in here. Putting you in here. We got off to a real bad start, and she called me on a day when I was not having any of that sass. And for some reason it just kind of stuck. So shout out to you, sis Otasia. Let me go ahead and put the link to the show in. If you want to call in, come on in, call in. Who's Cornbread? Cornbread is a dude that dissed me on World Star. When I went viral on World Star, Cornbread had a lot to say about me, and then Cornbread is also a name of a popular blaxploitation film of the 70s called Cornbread Earl and Me, where a elementary school age Lawrence Fishburne was in this movie. Cornbread, I think, was like he was a high school basketball player, going to go to college or something. Cornbread Earl and Me. So Lawrence Fishburne was in Cornbread Earl and Me. Cornbread has always been a ghetto nickname. Otasia is just gonna be part of the channel. I look up one day and everybody just going ham about Otasia and them. Ike, where'd you go, Ike? I'm gonna give Ike has his brother Ike. Brother Ike has his own sound effect. I'm trying to get the perfect sound effect for Brother Ike. He is the only person on the channel who will have their own personal sound effect for when they donate or say something. Let me see. Where can I find it? Let me see if I can find it. Otasia, Cornbread Earl and Me. That's funny. I don't know if I like that one, but that's about as good. He gonna get a nice long one, so that's not gonna be the Ike sound. If anybody can come up with like a good sound I can have for Ike, I look for something that like had Ike in the name. Maybe I'll do something like with What's Love Got to Do with It, Ike and Tina. A lion roaring. Yeah, it gotta be something dope, man. Something dope for Brother Ike. Cause Ike always come through here and he sets it off. You know, I like to acknowledge brothers who do things. Moderators, do me a favor. You see somebody highlighting me? Oh yeah. All right. I've seen you before. Go ahead and unmute yourself.
Sorry. Hey, Kevin.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm watching your show. I just wanted to congratulate you. Thank you for the shout out. My channel has been really growing since then, so I appreciate it. I like the fact that you're collaborating with other people and you're making a lot of people upset. So you're definitely doing something right. And just like the previous caller said, when I first heard you, I was like, wow, pretty direct. But sometimes you just have to be that way, and you're really, what you're doing is something so different than what a lot of other people are doing, because like you said, I think it's so important to show the word, the networking. Like, I went to college. These are things like even younger women, we don't do, and you're putting a highlight to that, and you're giving a lot of free game that I think people should really look into and be appreciative of, because it's so much that we need to do to compete and to be on par. And I feel like the message needs to be more widespread.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
I never do this, but I'll ask. You say I'm making a lot of people upset. Are you talking about on the channel or are you talking about outside of the channel?
Talking about both.
Okay. Okay.
I'll give you.
Okay.
I'm talking about both. I haven't really. I'm seeing a lot of this high value content, and
I know the
just,
high value thing is like everywhere now, right?
it's
High value this, high
everywhere.
value that.
It's everywhere, and I think it's so upsetting because it's true. And like you said, even in my personal life, a lot of the things I've joined the Commerce Association in Houston, and my friends, they're like, why are you doing that? And it's all this pushback. Oh, you're getting too skinny. You need to stop. And it's just like, wow, like clockwork, what you said. And
Wow.
I have to take a step back because I think people think you're exaggerating. And even when you were talking about the obesity thing, I mean, you can walk around and and it's almost like a second nature for me now. And I walk around and I look at my sisters and I'm like, stop eating that.
Right. Well, you know what I find is interesting is I'm getting a lot of pushback from women about high value men. I'm like, wait a minute. Now you say you want men to show their work. You want men to pull their pants up, look a certain way, step into the gap, be alpha males, provide, protect, all that other stuff. But all that stuff comes at a cost. And what I'm surprised at, I'm hearing so many women push back at the cost. To the point when I even talked to female influencers. I ran into Rebecca Lynn Pope and her husband yesterday. And I'm hearing women say, even the women get pushed back. So I'm like, well, do you just expect to get the best for nothing? And it's kind of where I'm kind of getting to. I don't know. Do you watch male platforms or female platforms?
I watch both.
Okay.
I watch both, and then I also go and I people watch. And I feel like it goes hand in hand with you wanting something. And I think as women, the rationale that you have to also invest, like you said, it's investing in yourself, and it's understanding that being pretty is just not going to give you a pass. And like you said, it's a different from dealing with high value men, actually dating people, actually being married, and actually understanding what it is the men that you want. And I think so much of what you say, it's not even so much of how you should treat a man, but just how you should treat everyone. And I think you can't go wrong with networking and being friendly and being feminine and just being an overall good person. That's only going to open more doors for you.
I don't know what happened, man, but I'm gonna have Ike on his own show. I think I hit the wrong button. All right, sis, but I appreciate you calling in, Lisa. I'm gonna get the iPhone over here. Thank you much. Thank you for calling, and stay on the path, sis. If you're making people upset and people are saying something, you're doing something right. So thank you. Your name says iPhone. I don't know who you are, but I'm gonna call you Otasia. Go ahead and unmute yourself, Otasia.
Hello.
Hi, Otasia. Now, what's your first name?
Hi, Yoli.
Yoli. Mm-hmm. Yoli. So what's going on? What did I get wrong, or what do I need to fix?
I don't feel like you have done anything incorrect, actually. I would co-sign all of your ideologies. What I'm calling in is to get some feedback on attraction, as far as I've dealt with high value men, and I've run into the problem of them being insecure once I'm in a relationship with them.
What does that mean?
And that's a turn off to me.
Insecure.
Based on, I guess, my embodiment and how I look, I get a lot of attention, and it always becomes the elephant in the room. So how do I make sure I make?
Okay, I'm not sure I'm understanding what the problem is. You get high value men that are interested in you. Then what happens?
Then it becomes an issue of the attention that I get from I've had some
The attention
of
you get from
my
other men,
from other men, their friends trying to come on to me, or
and
when
it
we go
becomes an
out, I
issue for
get
the man that you're dealing with.
that is correct.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 36.
36. I'm not trying to be. I'm not trying to get. I'm doing the same thing I always do.
No problem. No, I'm
So,
I watch
but
you all
what
the
I'm
time.
what I'm hearing is, hey, when I'm with a quote unquote high value man, it's good. But then when we're out and about, a man will hit on me or approach me or look at me or they'll show me attention, and then all of a sudden it's a problem with the guy.
It's yes.
Okay, why are you calling these men that you're with high value?
Because they are 6-figure or more earners.
Okay, let's go down the
for
list.
consecutive years.
Okay, so they have the money,
Right.
the length of time.
And
Do they have the network?
they yes, they have the network.
Do they have the visibility? Meaning, do people, when they walk in the room, people know who they are?
I'm gonna say no since I can't answer right away.
Okay, all right. We'll just call that a gray area. The utility,
Yeah.
if they have a network, then there needs to be a useful component. I mean, are they working with a lot of people?
Yes, they do work with a lot of people. They own businesses. Some own restaurants.
Okay, so now the utility piece means useful to people on their level. Here's the last part. Do high value men consider them to be a colleague?
Yes.
Well, that throws me off because the money sounds like it's there. The length of time sounds like it's there. But then you said the network is there, but the visibility you stumbled on. If you're visible, people know who the people you need to meet in this room. When you walk into a room, the people you need to meet are known. The movers and shakers are known.
Okay.
And it sounds to me like they may have the money components, and it sounds like you may have the utility thing confused. Just because you're the CEO and you have people working for you does not mean you're useful. You got to be useful to other C-levels, not useful to your employees.
Got it.
Because what I'm thinking is you got high value mixed up. And that's why I got to come out with the high value handbook, because a lot of people are calling guys high value just because they got money. But see, if he was truly high value, he wouldn't be intimidated by anybody else.
That's what I'm thinking. So there's some aspects where they're high value, and I see that what you're referring to is the complete package.
Well, and that's why I got to clear it up, because because too many people are calling. See, one of the things I realized, unbeknownst to me, and a shout out to Obsidian, he mentioned that a lot of people are using this term high value, and I'm hearing it being mentioned in some even hip hop circles. And I'm like, whoa, where you, huh? This is, so I need to define what I'm talking about more clearly, so at least people like you can understand that they may be high earners, but the value piece, you should be the one that is nervous. Case in point, let's switch it up. Let's say you and I walk out.
Yes.
It should be that you should be nervous about other women trying to get me. And not me worried about other men trying to holler at you. That should happen. If a man steps in and tries to holler at you, I'm like, no, man, shoot the shot. She likes Merlot. That's what I would fucking say. She likes Merlot. On me, go ahead. Knock yourself out. I've done it, and I will do that. Because a high-value man could doesn't care. Go ahead. And if he shot his shot, then he deserves the pound, dude. But if he didn't shoot his shot, you would automatically say, you ain't on the level of my man right here. Little boy. That's how high-value men move, with a level of confidence and security and swagger. Go ahead.
I live in Atlanta, and I want to draw the line in the sand, for lack of a better term, and start with the newfound knowledge that I'm getting and acquiring, to go out and approach it, dating
Now, you know
in
what I'm going to
a
ask you.
new
You know
way.
the question I'm going to ask you is, why do you want a high value man?
I want a high value man because I am interested in um, growing as a person in a new area of life. So I want to be able to add value to someone else's life. But where I want to go, I need to be able to learn from the man that I want to be with, and him be able to enhance my life. And I feel like if I'm with a high value person, that the only way for me to reach where I want to be is to be with somebody that's where already there, made those accomplishments.
So I'm going to tell you one of the issues you're going to have.
What's that?
Outside of being 36 years old, do you want to have any children?
I do.
You're going to have an issue right there. High value men tend to want to have children to build legacy, especially the ones that don't have them. And they don't tend to look for women who are on the other side of high risk. Let's move on down the path from that. When I asked you about high value, it was all about what you want. And you got to look at it this way. He's the president. You're the running mate. When you hear Mike Pence talk, does he sound like a man who's ambitious and wants Donald Trump's job?
No.
That's your job, Miss Mike Pence.
So when I'm saying that I want to learn from the man that I'm going to be with, and from him to be able to instill values in me, I would believe I could acquire that by supporting him and being there.
But he's not going to pick you for that. Mm-hmm. You're 36.
Okay, I see what you mean.
You're 36. You should be blowing 22-year-olds out of the water. You shouldn't need to be taught anything. You should come in the door teaching and adding value to this high value man's life. Because again, you're older. You got to compete. You can't compete on the same level as a 25-year-old or 23-year-old. And this is why one of the questions when I ask women why they want high value men, it really comes down to this. I want to live a high value lifestyle. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with that.
I get the aspect of wanting to live the high value lifestyle. But
what can you bring to a high? Okay, so did you go to college?
Yes.
Do you have a bachelor's, master's? What?
Have the highest education I have is a bachelor's, but I have an associate's and a bachelor's.
Okay, in what?
Business management.
Okay. So the hard question is going to be, what utility can you bring to a high value man's lifestyle? Because in Atlanta, to be a high value man and to be able to afford to have multiple children and a wife that stays home, you're talking a $300,000 a year man. That's what high value is, especially at your age. You're talking about men around my age. What utility can you bring to a man like that? Those are the questions you're going to have to answer, because it's blood sport. Here's the thing. I don't make any bones about why women want what they want. I just say you got to get realistic.
Well, that's what I attract. I'm not really going after that.
Well, I get it, but I'm attract.
If I do encounter that, I still want to be able to leave it as an open option, but still know how to deal with it.
Attracting. Mm-hmm. I don't go off attraction. I go off proposals.
Off the what? Say it again.
I don't go off attraction. I go off of proposals.
Okay.
See,
but before we get the proposal, we have to get in the door. So if that's who
no.
Okay, let's say.
Hold on.
Yeah, go ahead. Tell me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See, when I speak to women, I use my words very carefully. Many women can deal with high value men.
Right.
But do you have high value men in your life that you're a prospect to be their wife?
Yes, I have.
Okay. You currently have.
No, I've okay. The last person I coined to be high value, which I've learned today, was that he didn't meet the marks based on the knowledge that you gave me today, we're to be engaged.
Okay.
But I couldn't deal with the insecurity. And then, of course, once you said it in hindsight, that would disqualify the high value
All right,
term.
you can be you can make a lot of money and be beta. So
right, okay.
Again, and the thing is, and this is going to be the hard part.
Mm-hmm.
We attract what we are.
Right.
Are you used to being dominant in your relationships?
Definitely not.
Not?
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
Do you have any children?
I do.
How many?
I have 2 boys.
Ages?
One is 19 and one is 16.
You got started young.
Yeah, I did.
All right.
So children are not
so
I don't have too many issues with children as far as being a concern as having young children.
Okay, so the thing is, that's why I want to caution so many women, especially women over 35. This high value thing is really problematic because there's so few. How many men make the kind of money I'm talking about? What percentage of men in this country earn $300,000 or more?
I know it's less than 10%.
What percentage would you say?
I'm gonna go with 6%. A nice round number.
Okay. It's actually closer to 5, and over 300 is closer to 1. That's not adjusted for race, marital status, sexual orientation. You're automatically eliminating 95 men out of 100. And what I'm ultimately saying to women is high value sounds good, but you're making it near impossible to find a mate long term. If you're saying you attract high value men, that's fine. But high value men will date, interact, and to be honest, have sex with a lot of things. But what they marry and commit to, completely different. And that's the pool. And many women associate the fact that they can deal with a high value man as though they can marry one. And those two things could not be further from the truth. Arguably, if you already have children, and you already, in your middle 30s, you'd be much better off broadening your dating pool to men who are in the Aaron's and the Henry and the Aaron's and the Greg range, in that 60 to 85 range, or even in the even in the 6-figure range, but just so high. Men like that are wanting women for a completely different purpose, and they usually want women who are younger, no children, so they can start their own legacy. So I would really sit down and ask myself, what do I need in my life from a man? And then be honest. And then whatever man shakes out from that, then make sure you can get that. What we want and what we need are two different things. Okay, go ahead. And I got some more people to get to.
No problem. I know this is not the topic of this segment, but if you could rate me, if you're open to it, I'll appreciate it. If not, I could wait for it.
Oh, no, I'm not doing the ratings today.
Okay, no problem. Just thought I would ask and be polite.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you.
All right. Have a good night. All right.
You too. Bye-bye.
See, guys, what I need you to understand is, I think many people don't seem to realize this high value thing. Oh, I was the wrong person. Go ahead and unmute yourself. Hello.
Hey, how you doing, sir?
I am well. Can barely hear you. Did you call in the other day?
No, sir.
Huh? Put you back in the waiting room. So here's the thing. Here's the thing, guys. As an image consultant and a professional, understand something. I don't care why a man wants what he wants or a woman wants what she wants. It's my job to help you become the best version of yourself possible and to kind of level set you on what's out there. I'm like a doctor in a lot of ways. Let me say this to the men and to the women, to the mothers and to the fathers. Knock this BS. Ladies, you need to be as pretty as possible. Gentlemen, you need to make your daughters as pretty as possible. Mothers, you need to make your daughters as pretty as possible. Ladies, single women, you need to be as pretty as possible. Far too many of you ladies are walking around either overly made up with this, especially in Atlanta, with all this crazy color hair and face beat to the gods. That doesn't get married. Or you're walking around completely lazy. Flip-flops, yoga pants, no makeup on, and hair in twists. Unacceptable. You need to be as pretty as possible. Every day. As pretty. I'm going to start a movement. APAP. As pretty as possible. So we already got frames, fragrance, and footwear. You know, the 3 things a man needs to improve his personal style. Shout out to my colleague Six. What does she call it? Fine, fit, and feminine. More on that to come. It's not mine, it's hers. She has fine, fit, and feminine. Look, but I started to put AP squared. What was it? AP. How does that work? How does the math work? AP squared. Would that be it? AP squared? Or is that AP squared? There'll be A and then 2 P's. APAP. As pretty as possible. You need to be as pretty as possible. As pretty as possible. As pretty as possible. Every freaking day. There is no use for going outside of your house if you're not going to be as pretty as possible. Shoot, April, woo child, understand something. April, understand something. I want the ladies to go outside smelling like Dolce & Gabbana light blue, smelling like Marc Jacobs decadence, smelling sexy and sophisticated, with as fresh of a look on their face as they can, with either lip gloss or at least something needs to be on your lips. With your eyebrows maintained, light makeup would be great. And those long mink eyelashes, sis, please, a lot of y'all need to knock that off. Okay? My personal standpoint, let me say this also. I posted pictures, and a lot of you guys are kind of hypocritical. You talk about women as though, she has weave and she has this and has that. Man, I'm sorry again. You guys act as if every woman in the world needs to be fit according to what you want. Me personally, I don't mind hair extensions. I'm not a big fan of wigs, but the women I personally deal with, I'm not a big fan of colored weave, colored extensions. But it doesn't look horrible on every woman. I care much more if a woman is in shape and fit. See, a lot of you guys I think too many of you guys you got issues with women, and you don't seem to understand them. Thinking that they should walk around ideal. Well, unless you're walking around like a ripped god yourself, some of you guys really should kind of knock this stuff off. Kevin Francis. Yeah, you're going to have to get on camera, dude. You're going to have to get on camera, dude. If you're going to troll, man, you're going to have to get on camera. If you want to troll me or say something crazy, you're going to have to man up and get on the screen and do it face to face. Or you can leave. You heard me. Nope, that picture won't do. Not gonna do it. You start the video. See, a lot of you guys can say natural hair, natural hair, natural hair. the majority of women today are not wearing their natural hair. And that's not exclusive to black women. Black women, it's called weave. To other women, it's called extensions. And what I'm really starting to understand is a lot of black men, you have no experience in dealing or even interacting with, even on a casual level, with non-black women. They are, so you think that black women are just, wow, women wear extensions. White women wear extensions. I know, shocking, yeah. And they can have shoulder-length hair beneath their shoulders, and they will put in extensions. That's why I'm making this distinction. If you just don't like black women, just say you don't like black women. But be honest with it. Don't act like as though if the black woman that fit your mojo came along, you'd be ready to wife her or take her and make her your one and only. All right, Kevin Francis, you're not going to get on the camera? We're going to put you back in. Okay, put you back in here. This guy. Put you back in the waiting room. All right, you ready? Mr. Bay, unmute yourself. Hello.
Hey, how you doing, sir?
I'm well. What's your first name?
Sheffrin.
Sheffrin?
Yes, sir, Sheffrin.
Okay. What do you got for me?
I'm 23. I currently have a photography business and a shoe business, and I was just wondering, from your experience, I know I've been watching you for the past month.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to get some information based on when you moved to Atlanta. How do you insert yourself inside of those rooms with very high value people?
Well, I'm 51 years old and I have a wealth of experience.
Yes, sir.
That's how. I mean, I have something to offer. I mean, you have two businesses at 23. Where do you live?
Maryland.
Huh?
Maryland.
With whom?
With two other people in an apartment.
Okay. Are they your relatives or are they other guys?
Guys.
All right. So why do you have two businesses at 23?
Just coming out of college.
Did you finish college?
Yes, I have my associates, but I'm going back to get my bachelor's.
Okay. What are you going to go get your finish school in?
Mass communications.
To do what?
To either do marketing or to help my business grow.
No. Stop. No.
Yes, sir.
No. Mass communication is a wasted degree. Let me say this. When black people get scared, they go to school. And that's a woman thing to do. That is one thing that black men have gotten. Sisters, I've said this before. When black women get scared, they go to school. And we think by slapping degrees on the wall is going to make something. Young bro, you got an associate's in what?
Mass communication.
Which is useless. It's absolutely useless. So to go into further debt, that's just wallpaper. It's not going to help you be an entrepreneur.
Yes, sir.
Photography. Which business is bringing in the majority of your revenue?
The shoe business.
And the shoe business, what do you do?
Necessarily just sell shoes to like my customers.
Are you actually selling? What kind of shoe business? That's vague. See, when
yes,
I'm explaining. Hold on, let me explain something. Remember, when I said high value men, their business has to be visible. See, I'm still trying to understand what you do. Do you buy shoes and flip them?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
That's not the shoe business. When I'm thinking of the shoe business, you actually are in manufacturing a shoe. You resell, flipping sneakers, and then
Yes, sir.
have you made any money in photography?
Currently not at
That's
this
the
moment.
yes or no.
No, sir.
Then you don't have a photography business. So you're 23 years old and you're flipping sneakers.
Yes, sir.
That doesn't sound real sexy, does it?
It doesn't.
Because it's not. And you're going to go back to school to go into debt looking for confidence when you actually need to focus.
Yes, sir.
Where are you working to where you can collect some money every hour?
I'm currently a paraeducator at an elementary school.
And is that contract or are you full time?
Full time.
How much are you making there?
I'm making $15 an hour.
40 hours a week.
40.
So $600 a week. $15 an hour, $30,000 a year. How much are you making in your sneaker business? Sneaker flipping.
I profited almost, I think last year was 10 grand.
You profited 10,000.
Yes, sir.
All right.
I just started last year.
All right. So, and photography is just something that sounds cool. Because photography is hard. I got 6 cameras in here, and I could call myself a photographer. I probably got more gear than you. There's 1 camera, 2 cameras, a light storm over there, microphones, but I'm an image consultant. What is it you want to do with your life?
I just want to, be able to reach more people. I've been in rooms with, high value men. I just want to be more. I want to be able to connect more with people, and
to what end?
Be able to in finances, and especially just in my life in general.
So, okay, let me say it again. You want to connect with more people to what end?
Well, high value.
I know
more. I want to
value,
connect more with
young man. High value is a buzzword.
Yes, sir.
To what end? You want to just make money? Or you want to connect
yes,
people?
Sir.
Okay. Young man, there is no free money. And too many of you guys just you want free money. What you're on is a path to look up and be 30 and have a lot of debt.
Yes, sir.
Why didn't you go to college right out of high school and just finish your degree?
I did. After high school, I went to a community college in Mississippi. That's where I'm from.
Okay.
And then after that, I moved up to
finish your. Okay, what was the question I asked you?
Oh, why did I go to college right after high school?
And finish it.
Finish.
Where's Dad at?
He's in Maryland.
Did you grow up with him?
No, he was elsewhere.
One of the problems that so many of us raised without a father: focus, consistency, structure, discipline. We don't finish things when we're raised under mommy. That's why you got a shoe business and a photography business and going to college and an educator. See, when women call into my show and doing all this kind of stuff, guys in the chat rooms, eyes roll back. Because women can do that. Men can't. You've not finished anything. My suggestion, you need to strongly consider the military. Why? Because college is going to be more debt for a skill that's not going to do you. Mass communications is worthless. You'll have the same level of skills, more debt, and you'll be qualified to do clerical work. Flipping sneakers online only works in an economy that's up. We're about to go into a massive recession. You know how many foreclosures and things are about to happen? You realize we have a pandemic going on, right? People
yes,
are on half the, you know what the percentage of the country is unemployed? People aren't going to be buying sneakers. People can't go trying to buy milk. They're not going to be hiring photographers either. You got an apartment with a lease, right?
Yes, sir.
Is your name on the lease?
Yes, sir.
If you default on your portion, can your roommates cover you?
Yes, sir.
For how long?
Just for I guess like 1 or 2 months, probably most.
All right. You don't want to put yourself in that position. This is why I tell you, young men, you need to be working 60 hours a week minimum that you're getting paid for. If you got $15 an hour at the school or whatever, I need you to go to the local Quick Trip and go get another part-time job. I don't need you to be at home other than shower, shit, and sleep. And you really need to be focused on what do I want to do with the rest of my life, because college degree is not the answer. You're not going into science, engineering, technology, and math. It's worthless. So I recommend a lot of young men who are in your position. You need man training. You need structure, consistency, focus, and discipline. And that is what the armed services is very good at. Helping take boys and make them men when they didn't have have dad in the household. You get 3 hots in a cot training. You get to actually learn how to get some practical skills. You get to actually go over there and get into some semblance of shape. You get to be around other men. You get to see what structure and discipline really looks like. Oh, and by the way, you get great medical benefits while you're there. You get paid while you're there. You get all other sorts of perks and benefits. And where I go? Go to the Navy. Get on a ship. Go see the world. Give Uncle Sam 5 years. Better than staying in Maryland doing what you're doing. When the pandemic hits, I'd rather be on an army base than in an apartment complex.
Yes, sir.
I mean, that's really what I can tell you, because you don't really have anything. That's why you talk about going back to school. And that's not going to get you anything. Now, what scares you about going to the military?
I was in RTC in high school. I was like the third highest rank. And
of course, you didn't finish that.
Yeah.
Of course.
I was going to go to the military right after high school, but I got scared.
Why?
I don't know, just the thought of just
you
leaving.
Actually may have to you may actually have to man up. You may actually have to put your life on the line for something. You may actually have to get up in the morning at 4:00 and get yelled at by big men who can whoop your fucking ass. Welcome to manhood. That's exactly what you need. There's no way you can sit around. Do you have a girlfriend?
Yes.
Are you sexually active?
Yes, sir.
Great. You can afford that baby. Or $15 an hour? I didn't hear you.
Yeah, what'd you say, sir?
Are you using condoms?
Yes.
Is she on birth control?
No, she's not.
So you can afford that baby?
No,
okay.
I can't.
So why are you inserting your penis in her?
I mean, we're in a relationship, so.
No, I don't. You can't afford a baby. And you're 23. You're 23. And this is what I'm saying. Condoms effectiveness. And how often do condoms break?
A lot.
Exactly. And you can't afford, a baby will mess your life up. And see, the reason so many young guys are so apt to get in relationships and even having protected sex, and you're risking too much, and a baby will screw your life up. How long have you been with this woman?
For 7 months.
How old is she?
19.
Ooh, boy. Ooh-wee. And you're 23?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. Military. And she needs to be on some sort of birth control herself. She needs to be on the patch, the pill, the Mirena, some sort. Do you have Plan B?
Yes, sir.
You keep Plan B with you?
I do.
All right. I'm serious, man. You need to think about Last question. Would you be with this woman that you have right now if you had $500 million in the bank?
Yes.
Okay. If this is a woman you would be with, even if you had disposable income, cool. You're still young. And you're looking for yourself. You don't find yourself in a young woman, even if she's, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but she's young and you're young. But you can't afford to care for yourself and you have no skills. Which is why when you said going back to get a degree in mass communications, I said, no, you need some skills to fall back on. Number one. Number two, when's the last time you actually had a physical hand-to-hand fight?
Last year in
It
September.
was one-on-one?
Yes, sir.
All right. Have you ever had any kind of fight training, martial arts, anything like that?
Yes.
Good. Every man needs to be proficient in some sort of martial arts. Are you proficient with a handgun or any kind of handgun, rifle, anything? Can you shoot?
No, sir.
You need to go learn.
I never shot a gun.
You need to go learn these things, man.
Yes,
Women
sir.
will be around. 18 to 30, you guys should really be focusing on becoming a man. It's not what's being told. It's not real sexy. One of the best places to go, if you're not going to college for science, engineering, technology, math, or some sort of professional degree, as a man, college should not be what you do. You either go get some sort of certification, some sort of trade, something like that, and get out here and compete, or military is a extremely viable option. But I hope that helped, man.
Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it.
All right,
Thank
man.
you for your time.
Have a good day,
All right.
man. Talk to you later.
You too.
Bye. See, I have a lot of respect for the military. My family's Navy. My mother's side's Navy and my father's side is Army. I was always destined to go to college. But, there is something about being raised in a single mother household. We miss focus, construction, focus, discipline, structure, and consistency. Those things get missing when mommy raises a boy. And Uncle Sam is the best approximation to getting that injected into a life after you're 18 years old. College is a feminine environment. And the work world, especially white collar, is very left leaning. This is why we have so many young men, 23 to 30, and they look at the women along their same age, and the women seem like they're light years ahead of them as far as emotional maturity. Yeah, Daniel. STEM degrees are the only useful degrees. Mm-hmm. Trade school is also great. That's why I mentioned trade school. I wish more brothers would go the blue collar route. You see guys like me in a suit and you think, oh, that's cool, but understand something. This is a longer, harder path. And remember what he said, I want to get in these powerful rooms with these people. And no, you shouldn't be in these rooms until you have something to contribute. Thank you, J3. You got to have something to contribute. Let me see. And a lot of us didn't have this stuff growing up, I didn't have it. And the thing is, and I did want at least to put it on the young man's mind that, you're 4 years older than her. That's light years when you're 19, she's 19, you're 23. You got to be making decisions as if the condom could fail. Mm-hmm. So, all right. Where are we going here? At the end of the day, guys. Oh, it's 12 o'clock. That's why it ended. Well, anyway, guys, here's the thing. I know a lot of you guys are like, man, I want you to talk to guys more. Understand something. I started out talking to men. What helped the channel start kick-started and grow and actually became a place where you wanted to watch it is talking to women. The shows I will be doing are going to be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday starting next week. Yes, I'll do a show tomorrow night and a show Friday night. But after that, it's going to be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'm going to have a promo up so where you guys know 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. If I'm looking for people to collaborate with, people to interview on the channel. If you are a woman if you're a woman and you want to get interviewed on the channel, you want to be on the broadcast, you have to send me an email. We'll exchange some information and we'll have to do it live on the show. Because here's what's going on. This high value thing is really getting confused. And look, high value is the new alpha. High value is rare. High value takes time. And shout out to Minister Jap. He was one of the first people I actually bounced this off with. High value ain't just about money. Because if all it took to be high value was money, then all you need to do is say, after this point, money in my life, I'm good. I am good. High value men. The first network is your family. So, I'm going to tell you another thing, man. This 50-50 mindset is going to hurt you overall in life. I don't care if you never get married. You still need 100% mindset. You need a leadership mindset. Trust me, guys. You're better off for that. So let me, Fawcett Media Group. You don't get me too, don't. That's right. Fawcett Media Group. If you guys like the entrance to the video where it has the blue and the red with me in the all black, I need to contact you. I need to get you to make me a promo for the intro and the outro. Fawcett Media did a really good job of that. And then I like the one video where the brother who actually made where's the graphic? Brother who made this graphic. And he did the edit of the video where I was talking to that woman. 5'4", 180 pounds. Goodbye. I like that editing style. So, a lot of stuff going forward on the channel, man. Y'all like to hear me talk, but yeah, I want to have beautiful women on the other side of that screen. I want to have women engaging in a conversation. I want to have effective men. I like it or not, I want you young men to see what it looks like when men who are effective are having conversations with women. The best way for me to help you, a lot of guys, is to watch some of my content. Video, things your father should have taught you. Be on the lookout for that high value handbook by Close of Business on Monday, not Sunday. Close of Business on Monday. Because I got to get that out. Even if I just give it in a simple bullet point, because too many people are using high value. Number one. Number two, ladies, understand something. Young ladies, when you start hearing a bunch of women who are over 30 years old trying to scare you by all these bad boogie high value men, come on back over to your godfather. Trust me. You good over here. There are a lot more women who are coming over to these spaces and saying, you know what? I didn't necessarily like what I heard you saying initially, but at the end of the day, I agree with you. Let me go ahead and see if I can answer. Glad my son's father and I signed for him to join the Air Force 17. Now let me go read some of these super chats too. They finally gave us different access to the super chat. So let me go and see if I can read some of the longer ones. West Splash, what's going on? New sub, stay up. Mr. Porter Esquire sent a Facebook group. Congrats on thank you. Shout out to Ike. Ike, I don't know what happened, but I gotta get Ike. I gotta get you a sound effect. I need you to have your own avatar too. Shout out to Techno Mage. This is for last night's and last Friday's shows. Awesome material. Appreciate it. Shout out to Home Builder, paying tuition. Shout out to Jahan, $24.99. Shout out to It's Just Politics. If I'm an introverted developer who employs you for image consulting, how are you? Okay, let me answer this question, dude. This guy asked a question. If I employ you for image consulting, how are you more high value than I? Dude, this isn't a pissing contest. I'm more high value than you by simply the fact that if you ask that question, you paid to try to make an insult. Seriously? You win, dude. You're the man. You are the alpha big dog. You make more money than everybody in the stream. Look to the left of you. Look to the right of you. Look to the left of you. Look to the right of you. Do you see lots of friends? Do you see beautiful women? Look in your text messages. Do people actually know you exist and care and reach out to you? Because you don't sound like a person that people like. People don't like deep buttholes. So, feel good. Thank you for the money, but you just played yourself, man. Andre Hatchett, shout out, fam. Courtney Jones, love you. Should I continue with a high value man, 5'9"? No chemistry or attraction at all, but I don't want to work as a wife. Look, man, do you respect him? I don't care about your chemistry or your attraction. Respect is first for high value men. And you really gotta, I would, it sounds like a no. The way you wrote the question is though you don't have the respect for him. And if I ask you the question, I would gather that you probably are in a dominant position over him. Shout out to Cynthia Green. Shout out to Ike again. All right, let me keep it on 34 years old. Have been making $110K for years, 7 years. I still feel like I'm part of the hit squad. Yes, see, you can make a lot of money. See, like the guy who asked about being high value. High value is not about money. You can make a lot of money and still be a low value man. Because if you have no network, no visibility, you're not useful to a group or useful to anybody. Where's the value? Where's the utility? Somebody says I was timed out. Let me know why. I don't know. If you have been timed out or you have been banned on the channel, what you need to do is you need to email me and let me know why. Moderators don't ban people. But if I banned you, I ban you for a reason. But you can ask me via email and I will look to see, but you need to send me your YouTube channel name. You need to email me with your YouTube channel ID. If you don't give me your YouTube channel ID, I'm going to just delete your email. So, one thing I have noticed about this whole high value thing is it has really upset a lot of guys who thought their money made them important. Who thought that all they had to do, shout out to Xanatos Clutch. He talked about guys who earn a lot of money who thought their degrees and their money was going to make them alpha, and it doesn't. I'm sorry. The fact that if I hire you as an image consultant, so you hire your lawyer to represent you in a capital murder case, does that mean you're more high value than him? I mean, what a dumb question. You you pay your oncologist, that means you're more high value than him. He saves your life. I mean, think about how dumb these questions are. Let me go ahead and put this up here too, because I'm seeing that a lot of guys are really And then you write, all respect, Godfather. And I'm not going to put your name up there. Part of this issue is the fact that you are introverted. See, let me talk to my introverted guys. Just because you have an introverted nature does not mean you have to lack personal social skills, communication skills. You have to work hard at these. Calculus may come easy to you, but the things that don't come easy, it's the soft skills, the social skills. Those are the things that make the CEOs and the bosses. If the smartest people ran the world, it would be a different place. It's not. It's the people with high EQ. So high value also is not there's no equation for it. It doesn't follow if then else. And that's what tends to throw a lot of logical right brain people off, because it's very black and white. High value is very gray. But one thing that's not gray is the guys in the group have to recognize you as part of the group. You have to have a network, and you have to be visible, and you have to be being used. The money part is the variable. Think about it. You can make $100,000 a year or $100 million a year, and both of you can be high value. But one is magnitudes more financially well off than the other. Matter of fact, you can make lower money and have a bigger network and be more visible, like watch the Netflix special, The Black Godfather. You really want power? You want to wield influence. Clarence Avant is not a rich man, but he is a powerful man because he wields influence with rich and powerful men. All right, guys, I got to get out of here. Thank you guys for tuning in. 2 more shows this week, and then we go to our new schedule. 2 more shows this week, and we go to our new schedule. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. But anyway, I'm tired. I got to get up out of here. Guys, thank you for tuning in. Thank you to the guys who've been around. Thank you to the new guys. And if you don't like what I'm saying, guys, just wait. Don't make a judgment based on one broadcast. Let it sit. Let it marinate. And understand this. Instead of just saying, I don't agree, eat the meat, spit out the bones. Ladies, do the same thing. You don't have to agree with everything I say. Eat the meat, spit out the bones. You use what works. At the end of the day, if you become the best version of yourself, ladies, if you become as pretty as possible, feminine, beautiful, inspirational, cooperative, submissive, fit, feminine, friendly, as pretty as possible, you're going to have a pretty damn good life. If you become confident, intelligent, assertive, frames, fragrance, footwear, looking good, smelling good, the best version of yourself, each and every day, rocking that suit Saturday, paying it forward, becoming the bag, bold, ambitious, and generous, you're going to have a pretty damn good life. I'll take that against a lot of BS that comes from a lot of other folks any day. All right, people, until the next time, you know how we do it over here. Peace. We are gone. New York Oud, one of my favorite fragrances on the planet. And this one right here, Nasamato Pardon. Bam. Little bottle, big fragrance. It's not hard to fool me. Cause I'm addicted to the good life. Be the way I follow. Shout out to Ike. Big Ike. So tell you
Cause I'll find a better one. Yeah. Susceptible now. Before the moment flies. Ooh. So tell you goodnight.
All right. Follow me, support the show on Patreon. Thank you to all the patrons because you make this show possible. Without the patrons, my God, I would not be able to get all this stuff done. So thank you. Oh yeah. Follow me on Instagram. I call it the Frat Room for impromptu daily live streams. That's where I do most of my stories. When they're up, they're up. When they're gone, they're gone. Check it out. It's also a good way to get in contact with me. About business though. Email your show ideas to info@bykevinsamuels.com or go to bykevinsamuels.com to book your advice line. Personal advice line, corporate or career advice, interpersonal communication, or your virtual consultation. Learn your style, personality, approximation to your sexual marketplace value. Get your rate and what the things that you really want to ask, but you don't want to ask on the show, do them here. Now, if none of that works for you, just go to your customized hour. We'll figure it out. At the end of the day, though, inspect my mailbox. Till next time, good night.